Wanda. All right, we're gonna do the flag salute.
Give me 1 second, I just got onto the internet.
Well, we're standing, Rick, for the flag salute.
The meeting's happening.
Adrian, need to push the flag, press allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's a bootleg meeting.
Okay, I'm gonna take roll
All right,
call.
okay, roll call, trustee Name. Trustee White. Present.
Trustee
Trustee
Donner. I
Donner.
think we're supposed to have the door open.
Adrian?
Yeah, the door. You have to say you're here.
Here.
Trustee Giroux.
Here.
Trustee Zamora. Trustee Russo. Trustee Torres.
Here.
Trustee Williams.
Present.
And I forget, trustee Name.
No, McOwen.
No, all right. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, the meeting twice. I'm here.
All right. Board is present, Madam President.
Okay.
Need a motion to approve.
Well, first of all, I think there was some questions, or we may have,
Let's just discuss them all and do a roll call.
yeah,
It's only
let's-
4 items.
Yeah, let's just discuss the,
So you need a motion first and then we discuss them? Or do you-
motion proposal for discussion.
Okay, motion?
Who
Somebody?
made the
Second,
motion?
okay. All
So
right.
whoever's doing the board document, I think the internet just went down again.
Yeah, we got it. Michael,
Click on the resolution and there'll be a drop-down menu. Select Mike's name since he made the motion.
I made the motion, but
Adrian
that's
made the
okay.
motion.
Adrian made the
Oh,
motion.
Adrian made the motion.
Where is that,
I'll
Rick?
just write this down. If you click on approval consent agenda, when down the right hand, the middle of the screen will pop up, and I'll say, motion to approve, relies on the consent agenda, click on the motion.
Oh,
And then
okay, I
it's gonna pop
see
up
it.
screen, and you click Adrian's name, and then get a second.
We had a second.
Wanda.
Wanda was.
All right, and now it's on the table for discussion.
Okay.
Okay, Michael, you wanna do Michael, Ken, you wanna do a thumbnail of what we're doing?
Yeah, so we're appointing the contractors for the 5 schools that we had a public bid for. The 5 schools are Lincoln, Parker, Williams, Holmes, and Columbus. It will be the general contractor, the general contractor is Piazza. They're gonna do the 5 science rooms, the pre-K. They're going to also, there are a couple of, I don't have that document in front of me. Can I see that
There's
document?
asbestos work.
Yeah, so the gypsum board,
Oh, that's good.
right. So those are the alternates.
So the asbestos work is in the auditoriums of the 2 schools. So Columbus and Williams, in addition to getting the 5 science rooms,
Right.
they're also getting, this is the auditorium renovations,
Auditorium for both Columbus and Williams.
right?
And then the mechanical contractor and the plumbing contractor are Pearl River Plumbing. There are no alternates on either one of those. And Neighbor Electric is the electrical contractor. So
The mechanical and electrical for those same 5 projects.
for the same
The
5
same
projects,
And the
right.
pre-Ks.
Yeah, for the same
Okay.
5 projects, both science and pre-K,
Does that include the pre-K bathrooms?
it does. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty straightforward.
Did you say they were the only bids?
No, they were
No.
the lowest responsible bidders on the competitive bid.
Did any minorities, bid? Any minority companies bid?
No, these were, that doesn't actually answer you. The answer is no. These companies were major companies that bid on many of our projects. In the bid documents and in the contract documents, they are strongly required or requested to try to find people to work for them from the community. That's written right into all of our contracts by our
Okay.
attorneys.
And some of those companies may have been minority owned, I don't know that, some of them were very local. And so we could get that information for you, I don't know that without
Well, I'm
seeing
just
that.
asking, cause that's what the public always asks.
Yeah, so we'll document, on the bid people that were unsuccessful if they were minority owned or not. It's
Okay.
pretty easy.
The other thing I want to share with you, Michael, some of the principals have indicated to me that some of the rooms that are slated are not necessarily the best rooms for how the building. So I'm just going to ask that you have conversations with principals before you start this work.
So we did that at Parker the other day with Ms. Dweck. We went there, she had some concerns on the science rooms. I have to say, and I'll say it with transparency, of course, we'll do whatever the superintendent says, to make major changes, it's a little late in the game, because we're ready to start construction. And these bids have been vetted, awarded, and they will be awarded. So to change the major scope will undoubtedly cause serious change orders. So, and as we know, the principals, we use them to get the information that we need logistically in the building, but a principal is an assignment. It may not be the principal, as the superintendent has indicated numerous times next year, and so another person would have another idea of where those rooms should be. So these are pretty much where they're going to be. We can make some minor adjustments but to change locations in the building now will be very difficult.
And also, these rooms were selected by the architects and engineers,
Right.
and was involved in that as being the best location within each of the buildings in terms of the flow, where the kids are, the best thing with existing plumbing, mechanical, electrical, to have
Right.
the least expense and disruption of the building, so that we can have the science rooms.
At Partner, for instance, the last thing I say is that we're building the pre-K and the K, so she wants to swap those two things. That's an easy swap, because they both have bathrooms, and it's just, she'd rather have the pre-K be in this part of the building. We did some extensive work in there, we did some abatement there earlier this year. The rooms are really suitable for pre-K, and they're already there. So to uproot them and move them, we can accommodate that. But if she said, let's move the science room down to the up to the third floor, and not that there's 3 floors in that building, but up to the upper floor, when it's on the lower floor, when plumbing is set to be in and everything, it's really difficult to do that at this point.
Okay.
And the plumbing, of course, is always easier to do when you're on the lower floor, just easier access from below.
Okay.
So it is our recommendation that this be awarded as is.
Okay?
Okay.
I have a question, and I know that we are required to accept the lowest responsible bid, but one of it looks like a subcontractor on here has multiple stipulations for failing to pay prevailing wages, and I know there's an explanation of that, and there's also notices of violations. And so with respect to that, I wanted to know, what is your criteria for determining what contractors you accept,
So the
given that
The
history?
construction management, Savin, does vet all these and looks into the reasons for what these violations were. Some of this is pretty simple stuff. They just didn't present a correct labor thing, or they didn't pay their employees on time, or something like that. I don't believe any of these had anything to do with their work itself. It had more to do with the paperwork that some of them have difficulty doing. And we have that even with the biggest contractors, people we use all the time. They don't submit their labor stuff so that we can submit that stuff to Albany on time. And so this was vetted, each of these was vetted by the CM.
And the attorneys have said to us on numerous occasions that if they have these violations and can explain them, it's almost impossible at that point to disqualify them solely on that stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay.
Okay, Rick, you want to call for order?
All right, no more conversation, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. So Dr. Hamilton, if we're to mark unanimous or make vote unanimous, the right-hand side.
I don't know what you see, but I don't see that.
Got you funny Ron there, Wanda?
Yeah, I got Adrian, I got Wanda.
And now it's just take vote. It should be Wanda's, Adrian's name, Wanda's name, and then it should be.
I see add motion and save.
Oh, you gotta pull them all each individually, maybe?
Does that says take vote?
All right, now take vote. You forgot to tell me to push save. All right, I got it.
Take vote.
All right.
Mark unanimous.
Gotcha.
Then click save.
I'll do it this way.
And then once it's saved, you gotta click on where it says adjourn meeting and get a motion second to vote to adjourn the meeting.
Well, no, we only did one.
No, we did all of them.
Oh,
Oh, that was all of them?
Yeah.
yep.
Ah. Okay,
Alright, we're good?
yeah, we're good.
Alright, motion to
And then,
adjourn?
so we get a motion and a second to end the meeting.
Who
Okay.
made the motion?
I made the motion, Arlene.
Arlene Torres made the motion, Rosemary Giroux seconded.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
Okay.
Okay.
Meeting adjourned.
have a good day.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.